All right, guys, no big plans tonight. I just had a few minutes here. I thought we'd jump on and talk for a minute. So obviously this wasn't planned, so there's nobody coming. But as soon as we got a couple people in here, we'll start going over some questions and maybe get some things going. So for those of you that come into the chat later on, you can see behind me here, number 1 tee. It's growing well. The next video, I'll actually talk about that more in detail about how the different grasses I have planted, how they're coming along, and how they're growing. So, oh, we got somebody in here. He said, "Let's go." All right, yep. So, and I just have my phone today. So, and in past times I've done a live stream, I actually have my laptop or the iPad so that I can reference questions. But I'm hoping as you put comments on, I can just see them directly here on my iPhone. Pretty dreary Friday night. We just had about 2 inches of rain, and the creek is up. You might be able to even hear the creek, and it's kind of sprinkling now, but I got the camera kind of underneath the overhang, so it shouldn't be a big deal. If it does pour down the rain, if it starts pouring down too bad, we'll just shut her down and we'll do something else tonight. So we do have a couple people out. Yeah, Scott Lemley says check out the jacket. So, not really breaking news, but next week I'm actually flying down to Alabama, down to Prattville, Alabama, for the Golf South Invitational. So, in order to up the game, to up the presence of Spud Run at that particular tournament, I got some cool swag that I'm going to be supporting down Alabama. So, it's a tournament for a lot of folks on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and it's just a bunch of people getting together, go down and hang out, make new connections, play lots of golf. And hopefully there's an edge of competitiveness down there that I can participate in and maybe bring home a trophy to Spud Run. We got Mr. Vinyl Ninja from Dublin, Ireland. Hi, bud. That's so it's probably pretty late over there, or maybe early in the morning. Maybe it's Saturday morning already over there. Can we get some swag soon? Yeah, I'd like to. I've kind of tried swag early on in some different things, and it's kind of a pain in the butt, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think as the channel grows, there's going to be a threshold that we hopefully meet sooner than later that it will be worth getting some swag, some shirts, and different things that you guys can pack around all over the country and the world in support of Spud Run. So I'd mentioned right at the opening, you guys probably didn't catch that, but number 1 tee box at ryegrass, as you can see in the background, it's looking pretty good. Now, after a couple drinks, the lights get turned down low. It looks really good up close. It's still pretty thin. I might even venture out there. I might be able to take the phone out and actually get you an up close look at number 1 tee. But I will go more in depth on the next video. I do have the next video, all the footage done. I just need to kind of put it all together. And I should have that done Monday or Tuesday for you guys to see the various grasses that we have planted and see how they're all doing. I think you'll be surprised at how the ryegrass, the bent grass is doing. They've all got different schedules, kind of planted at the same time, but they are coming in definitely at different paces. And there's kind of some reasons for that I'll go into in the next video. What else can we talk about? Played some golf last night a little bit, not like real golf, not like you would expect. We were trying to make some short reels, me and Cookie, and we done a couple goofy ones. But one that I did try that you'll probably think is very interesting is I got the clay pigeon thrower out, and I thought it would be easy, or I thought it would be attainable to go ahead and hit a golf ball. I'll say pool, clay pigeon shoots out, and I whack it with a golf ball. Our clay pigeon thrower was acting up pretty bad, so we got maybe 10, 15 tries, and it kept jamming, locking up. So unfortunately, I did not connect on a clay pigeon in last night's attempt. We're going to get that clay pigeon thrower regrouped, revamped, and I'm going to tackle that task again because I think that'd be a good little reel to see somebody actually shoot a clay pigeon with a golf ball. Pretty cool, I think. It's just a matter of, I think, attrition. I've got to do it enough times that it'll eventually happen, I think. Kind of like getting a hole-in-one, maybe. Mr. Vinyl Ninja, have you seen Lawn Tips channel? So yeah, Ben Sims. Ben and I have talked back and forth on messages, on DMs and stuff. Love to get on and see him. He has, Ben Sims down at Lawn Tips has it going on. He planted a golf green probably pushing 10, 11 weeks ago. and he took his time. He's I think an ex-greenskeeper, and that thing just come up so well. He knows what he's doing 100%. He's got the irrigation in. He put in bent grass on his green. But within 10, 11 weeks, that thing is rolling pure. So down there, he's probably getting ready to go into winter. So he caught his timing good, and he's done excellent. I think if he ever comes over to the States, Ben Sims at Lawn Temps will be a spud run. I'm pretty sure of it. I've made him a good offer. I think he cannot refuse. Oh, Scott Lemley. So Scott Lemley asked about the license plates for the Hack Shack. Unfortunately, I don't have them with me, but yes, I think we're up to probably 15 now. As far away as the UK. I got one from, I think his name was Brian Ritchie from the UK. He sent one, got it yesterday. So the UK, the license plate are different from the United States. You know, United States they're 12 or 14 inches. The one from the UK is quite a bit wider, and it's going to go great up on the Hack Shack. I know I have them from New Hampshire, I think Florida, Maine, Arizona, Pennsylvania, several different states that we can put up. I haven't started putting them up yet. They're back there, but we'll definitely get those things put up here pretty soon and start that, what would you say? I guess we'll start the uniqueness of the Hack Shack as we decorate and brand that thing with our own little spud run touch. And those license plates are obviously a great way for you guys to help participate and help me dress it up. Yep. I mentioned how the grass is doing. Other than that, we had some pretty good drainage projects we'd worked on here over the last month or so. And, you know, we do the videos, but I don't showcase every single thing I do. I'm always working on something, whether it be just mowing or drainage projects, or there's several things I do. So I try to kind of just video the things I think you'll find more interesting than others. And I went back just before I started recording, and I checked out some of the drainage projects, and they are working good. And I saw some new projects that need probably addressed, you know, as I could see tonight with this 2 inches of rain that we got. Something else that you don't know yet, but a few days ago, I used a slice seeder on the Kubota tractor, and I planted, I think 150 pounds of seed. We slice seeded the fairway, we slice seeded tee boxes, the surrounds around the green. And it was all kind of pertinent. I knew this weather was coming. I knew this rain was coming today, I think tomorrow, and maybe a little bit Sunday. So with the soil temperatures where they're at, getting that slice seed project done, things should really pick up. And I mean, if you look out in the fairway, it looks really good. It actually looks damn good. But if you get out there on that fairway, there's still a lot of bare spots. And then I don't know that it would ever be perfect. You're always going to do maintenance. You're always going to be continuing to make that stuff better. And that's what we're trying to do right now. And that's why I slice seeded. I did go back with Turf Type Tall Fescue in the fairway. With the mowing we're doing, the height we're cutting, with our shade tolerances, our drought tolerances, that Turf Type Tall Fescue, for that fairway, I think it's hands down the best application for Turf Type Tall Fescue. It's been awesome. I do have an Indiana plate. Somebody had sent, I think, a North Carolina and an Indiana plate to me. Hello from Scotland, Blair Walker. Hi, bud. The golf green, the extension we done last year, and the video coming up, I will touch on that too. Get you an up-close look of how the green extension itself's doing. The original part of the green, it's actually rolling really good. I've been mowing it every which way. It's actually looking really, really good. And then the extension, if I'm grading myself, especially after watching Ben Sims at Lawn Tips, I would grade my golf green extension grow in at probably like a C. There's parts that's doing good, there's parts that's not doing well. And I actually put down some bent grass seed again about 2 weeks ago, and nothing's really popped up yet on that newer bent grass seed that I applied. And we've had water on it. I'm hoping the temperature needs to get up a little bit for that new bent grass seed to really come in and start filling in. I think that'll happen. I'm not discouraged. The buddy came out yesterday, and he was kind of like, when's it going to come in? You know, what's going on? And I do think the bent grass, we're just kind of early in the spring, and the temperatures, as they get better, it'll get better. 100%. And I've got plans to continue to top dress it, and it's just a new product. And I knew going into that new green extension that it would be a battle. You know, it was one of those projects that things were just going well, but I knew for long term to go ahead and just bite the bullet, tear it up, and I'm pretty sure within a year or so, hands down, I won't look back on that being a bad decision at all. So we got Random Golfing from North Carolina. Love your videos, thank you, appreciate it. Do I have a Vermont plate yet? I do not have a Vermont plate, I do not believe. So I think I don't know the address, that's terrible, but it actually goes to a P.O. box, and in the video description I do have the P.O. box. If you could send me one from Vermont, that would be awesome. Terry says build it and they will come. By God, buddy, they are going to come. We have a private email session going on with all the new subscribers that got invited for September, the subscribers tourney. So in those emails, we're kind of getting information about who are you, you know, how old are you, what's your occupation, and the feedback has been awesome. The 11 golfers that are coming are super excited to come to Spud Run this September, as I'm excited to have them. I wish a lot of people could come and play Spud Run. Unfortunately, it's just not, I guess, as easy to get everybody in and out and whatnot, but the Airbnb is always an option. I think we have our first real golfer coming, I think, next week to stay in the Airbnb. So it'll be exciting to actually see the first Spud Run fan subscriber come in just to stay in the Airbnb and enjoy the golf course, and hopefully I'll have some details on how it goes for him next weekend. Fine farm, anything from carry out, bro? That's a great question, buddy. So High Fine Farmer's a good friend of mine. He's here local. He's got an awesome YouTube channel. If you've not checked it out yet, you got to check out a High Fine Farmer. He's flying big old KC-135 Strato tankers, and then he's farming a huge farm. And if you've seen that video a couple months ago, why is it called Spud Run Golf? It parlays into the High Flying Farmer. Go check him out if you haven't. And back to your question, bud, or bruh. I think I'm good. Don't need anything from the carryout. Come on. How's the Swagger Shack looking? Mike L60, the Hack Shack. It's the Hack Shack, but the Swagger Shack, you can see we got a little swag going on here that I got that for a tournament coming up next weekend. Random Golfing, I'm looking at building a backyard green. Your videos inspired me to build it. Well, that's awesome. I hear that quite a bit, whether through comments on videos or through emails. And believe it or not, I've always wanted a backyard golf hole, no doubt about it. But 3 years ago when I really started looking into it, there was not a lot of content out there about backyard golf holes. And although I don't really do a step-by-step layout on how to do it, you know, I've got some early videos that kind of goes into more details of how I build it. But I think if you hang out along with us and watch along with us, I'm either going to boost your confidence or I'm going to completely destroy your confidence of building a backyard golf hole. And I've said this in videos before. I'm on a Facebook group called Backyard Golf Greens. And there's folks that just went out in the pasture and mowed a circle down, they stuck a flag in it, and they have a ton of fun hitting at it. There's folks out there that's got these synthetic complexes that mimic the Masters, Augusta, like 13. So the sky's the limit. And my best advice has always been, you know, just get in the game. You know, start with that. Start with mowing a circle low, putting a flag in. You can get flags and cups easily, and that'll get you a feel of getting your feet wet. And I'm pretty sure if you've got the time, a little gumption, and a budget, you'll be able to continue to make that thing as good as you want it. And I'm always open on the email thread to answer questions. spudrungolf@gmail.com. I have been in the situation that if you're wanting to build a backyard golf hole or just a backyard golf green, I was once where you're probably at, of wondering and searching, and I'm here to help in any way I can to get you moving. Can you play the course if you stay in the Airbnb? That's a great question. Yes. So the Airbnb provides you a unique opportunity to play at Spud Run Golf and pretty much have the course all to yourself. So what I'm looking at now is, as long as, like, you can go on the Airbnb app and you can book the Airbnb. I'm pretty sure it's booked pretty much all weekends throughout the summer. But you also need to email me and cross-reference that to make sure I don't have nothing going on. Like, we got a graduation party coming up. We have a member guest tournament that we'll play out here. So there's different weekends that if you happen to come, the availability might not be there for the backyard golf hole. So if you'd come, definitely like to meet you, hang out, but we just need to make sure the course is open for you to play. I'd hate to be aerating that weekend or whatnot, but yeah, if you get the Airbnb, let's talk, and we're going to get you over here to play. We're in Chillicothe, Ohio, Southern Ohio, so depending on where you're at, you can either fly in close or just drive here. It's up to you. We got a plate mailed in yesterday from Scott Chapman. That's awesome, buddy. I think we emailed maybe. Okay, yeah. We got a small backyard golf hole, so I'm gonna make it like a par 3 course, but only chipping. Make tee boxes that are different length chips. Yeah, so you said you might make a video on it, and that's kind of what I was actually making videos. I have a wood miser sawmill, and I was running that, making some videos. And that channel called Caron Creek, I started documenting the golf hole process, and the people that like to watch me run that sawmill, the views went because they might like sawmilling, but they didn't like golfing. So that's when I kind of started Spud Run, was I can showcase the work I do on the golf hole, which here lately takes up more time than anything. Now, I've got several other projects going on here on this 140-acre complex, or farm we kind of call it. But the golf hole definitely takes up a good bit of the time, and as you see, people enjoy watching me as this thing grows. I mean, just in the last year, we've done a lot of stuff and made a lot of improvements and had very successful projects throughout the time. And I don't let into all the projects I do have, but I've got several more projects that are going to be years to come. And my best goal is the projects might get a little more maintenance oriented and cheaper as time moves forward, is the goal. Yeah, definitely considering a weekend at the Airbnb. You may see an email soon. Heck yeah, shoot me an email, and I can get you the link to the Airbnb, and you can, hopefully all the schedules line up, and you'll be right here teeing off on this new ryegrass #1 tee this summer. That'd be awesome. Now, the sprinklers are due to come on, but I've got them. I don't have a rain gauge, but I do have the sprinklers turned off, obviously not to overwater the sprinklers. So being Friday night, it's nothing for friends and stuff to show up and want to hang out or work on projects. And we do have our first friend Micah rolling in right now. So you've seen Micah before. He's been instrumental from day one on running equipment, helping us build different things. And looks like Micah just rolled in. How many hours a week would you say you put into the course? I can put as many as time would allow me. That's a question I don't know that I'll have a good answer for, but we can talk about it, and maybe through talking about it, I'll come up with a good answer. So for instance, this is Friday, this week alone. I don't mow it all at once. I usually try to, so I've mowed the green 3 times since Sunday this week. Didn't necessarily need it each time this week, but I've always been told that by mowing, it kind of promotes growth. So any opportunity I can get to mow that green, clean it up, I do. So I've mowed it 3 times, and that only takes 15-20 minutes to mow it. Now we got the BS shack back there. The mower's house right close, so it's convenient to get the walk behind Toro out to mow the green. Mowed Fairway twice. That's probably taken me 15 to 20 minutes. But then some extra maintenance this week. I did slice seed the Fairway. Spent another 4 or 5 hours on slice seeding and doing that. So as you can see, I wouldn't consider this an average week, but I would say an average week of just kind of doing maintenance stuff. We're looking at, I mean, easily 4 to 5 hours on taking care of the course. This week I also sprayed some fertilizer on the green. I've done some other things with some chemicals, so that right now my program, I'm every 10 days I'm doing a spoon feeding on the golf green and a new extension of the green, and I'll probably continue to do that all summer. I've not started fungicides yet on the golf green, but I will start them soon. And Here comes the sunshine. I don't have my shades. Yeah, number 1 tee looks awesome with the curb. So fortunately for us, we were able to do the curb in-house. We do a lot of concrete for our real job. That's how we make our money, to kind of do this heathenry we do out here at the Spud Run. Yeah, the curb, it actually serves a couple functions to keep people from driving on the tee box. Allows the water to kind of shut off. And one of my buddies, Cookie, the other day, he was, I think he said, I almost twisted my ankle on the curb. Well, curbs are quite common, so I guess you gotta learn how to walk a little bit better, Cookie. Come on. So we've been on here a little bit over 20 minutes. I know some of you are just coming into the chat. I don't think I have a lot more to say tonight. I was just tickled to get on here and talk for a minute and kind of give you an update. All right, before we do go, let's attempt to take the phone out and get a closer look at 1 tee. If we lose service, that's going to be my over and out. But if we don't lose service, I'll still give you the over and out. Still good? We're still good. All right, so we're a little bit closer. I think you can kind of tell as we get closer, it's a little bit thin. But I'm still impressed. I think we're probably 10 days, 9 or 10 days, I think, since this has been planted. There again, it's ryegrass, so ryegrass kind of comes up anywhere. If I kind of cheat here, it's actually coming up here in the gravel too. So I can't credit the good soil conditions, the good prep. Ryegrass is aggressive. It grows very well, very quick. And I'm hoping it's going to self-repair so that when we do go off and we do destroy that with our shots, it'll heal better. I'd like to get me a tub out here with some probably green sand, a little seed mixed in it, so when we do take divots, we can patch that thing in. All right. Rodney Roach says, what happened to the other channel? The other channel, Karen Creek, we still do videos on Karen Creek, just not quite as often. Maybe once a month. And quite frankly, the golf thing takes up most of the time, and the Karen Creek channel is more about the Sawmill and some of the building projects. So we've done a couple of nice little building projects here recently, and I put them on Karen Creek. So I do get a little slack from the folks in town that when I see, you know, where's the Karen Creek stuff at? Where's Karen Creek? Well, it's still here. We just don't get to it very often. Dakota says Spud Run. I say Spud Run too. We got some sun out here, man. So you can probably hear, if we're real quiet, we can probably hear the grass growing. Let's see, if I was in editing mode right now, I could make you hear grass growing because I'm that good. Come on. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for playing with the Spud Run Golf. Over and out. Have a good weekend.